we realized that there might be some new subscribers and we haven't like introduced ourselves in a while. My name's Gina.
I'm Vanessa, and this is Zella.
Zella Bella. And we are a lesbian couple. We've been together for 11 years. We're also vegan and we're on a healing journey. And so we just like to share the food that we come up with and the things that we've learned along the way for our healing journey. And thank you for joining us. And if that sounds something like you're interested in, then make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss our videos that we try to post once a week. So today we're not in the kitchen.
No, it's a date.
Date night. We're actually going to a place in Portland called Kati. And
It's an all-vegan Thai restaurant. And I think we've probably ordered from them in at least the last 3 months. We've ate there probably about 4 or 5 times. So that's how good it is. So we have a little bit of a problem.
Oh, they have the squiggly tofu, and that's like my favorite. I love the squiggly tofu. All right, so I'm trying out a new filter type thing on the camera. There we go. It's not perfect.
Our videos aren't perfect.
Yeah. But anyway, today it's probably not going to be like a huge food video just because we're getting food. We're not eating there. We're going to bring it home. We like to be comfortable in our sweats, chilling at home. So we're excited that you're coming along with us. We'd love to like do one of those eating in Portland, like vegan food in Portland, but we don't eat out a lot. So this is like a special, treat, a special day. We wanted to talk about journaling for a while. What's your history with journaling? Did you used to journal when you were younger?
No, not at all.
No?
No. I didn't have time for that. What I did have time for was owning all like the Lisa Frank stuff. Is that what it's called? The Lisa Frank line?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. Like their folder.
Yeah.
And I think I had like their notepad. But I never, I think it was just more for, school stuff. It wasn't for me to journal. So I didn't know any type of healing stuff or journaling or being in tune with your body or I don't know what that is when I was younger. I didn't even know what vegetables were. I mean, I had the same meal every single day. Growing up, it was always rice, potatoes, and red meat, so I didn't know what hummus was until I got with Gina. I didn't know what kale was until I got with Gina. I barely even knew what broccoli was, so
Broccoli.
that's just how you know.
She's learning things from me. I actually had a spiritual awakening in maybe 15-ish years ago, and it messed my life up in the most hard but beautiful way. And so ever since then, for the last 15 years, I've been on a real hard spiritual journey. So I've been looking for tools and things to kind of reawaken or continue to stay awakened and have a practice. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about my spiritual awakening was hearing from Spirit. And Spirit would speak to me on the daily for, I don't even remember how long that period was, but it's just a place that I'm trying to get back to. And since then, on this whole period of figuring it out, I've been diagnosed with CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So it's been a mental healing journey as well. And I feel like when it comes to journaling, when back in my day, me and my best friend used to have a journal, and tell me in the comments that I'm not old. But if you remember, we used to have those journals, and then you would take gum wrappers and take the foil off of it and decorate the front of the journal.
I guess I had one with our friends. We would write notes and then pass it along to each other, and then they would write in there, and then they would pass it to me. We did have that.
Yeah. It wasn't it's not a journal, a personal one, but you're writing, and I feel I had so much to say. And we would pass it back and forth between each period. So I'm what are we talking about the whole time? They had so much to say. And so when I kind of got back into it, everybody and their mother was you need to journal, make sure you journal, have a gratitude journal. And so finally I was I'm gonna do it. And so I did gratitude journaling, and I kept it easy. Like, I didn't want to overwhelm myself. I only did like half a page, and I did like write like everything that I'm grateful for. And, you know, it went so far, but it got to the point where it became like a ritual. Well, now I'm like, oh, I have to journal. I got to journal like every day. Like, I need to check that off the list. And it wasn't like fun anymore. And so recently I came across this lady, and now I'm recircling back to her. I think her name is Anna Runkle, and she's known as the Crappy Childhood Fairy. And what's inspiring about her, though, is that she had a crappy childhood and actually learned to heal her depression through her specific style of journaling. But she didn't put this all out and like become known until she was 52 years old. So to me, that's comforting, because I'm always like, oh, you know, I'm getting older, like I'm not doing anything with my life. And so to hear that, you know, she started all of this when she was 50, like, I'm right on time. We're never too old, right? And so, don't quote me on this, but I think I read maybe half of her book or listened to it. I've read a lot of books, listened to a lot of books, but my memory and trauma, like, I've researched that before, but I can't remember to recall it right now and how that correlates. So, anything that I mentioned on this channel, like, do your research too, but she has a specific way of journaling. And what I picked up from it was basically you just write down every single thing that's in your mind. Like, it's like a dump, like you get everything out, and then immediately after you go into like a 20-minute meditation. And I was thinking, like, this might actually help me because my mind is running so much during meditation. And so I did it. I wrote everything in my head. You set a timer, like 15 to 20 minutes of writing, and you don't go past it. You don't reread it. You don't go over it. You don't correct it. You just write it and you set it aside. Or I think she even says, like, throw it away. But I do mine on the laptop just because my thoughts are so fast. I can't write that fast. So when we journal next to each other, I'm like, click, 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 click. And Vanessa does the whole pen and paper. So you're probably like, dang, she's got a lot to say. Yeah. And so I did it, and I actually realized that, like, my meditation was pretty good. Like, I wasn't distracted like I normally am. So this style of journaling, I think, works for me. And I'll tell you a quick story. It was like a week or so ago that I did this journaling. I was home alone, and one of the questions that I had during my journaling time was, how do I get back to hearing from spirit? That was my question. And so I was also trying out the Silva method of, what's it called, meditation. And his method, also, I read that book but can't remember all of it. But I take what I remember, and it's count backwards from 100 in your head, and then once you get to 0, you ask the question to your spirit or whatever. So I did that. I counted back from 100, but this particular day I was doing laundry, and the dryer was like, oh man, you know how like when you have a zipper, it's like clink, 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 clink. And then I also had like a button, it was like dunk, 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 dunk. So it was just so noisy. So I was counting back in my head, and they suggest like being present with every number. So, you know, 100, and I'm like imagining like creatively, like, you know, all the numbers are like a different color, or like they pop up or they close or whatever, and that kind of helps me to be present with the numbers. But I was not present at all, and I'm thinking to myself the whole time I'm counting that this isn't going to work. Like, there's no way I'm going to reach the alpha state by the time I get to 0 to get my question answered. So I just kept going on with it, you know. 87, dunk, 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 86, dunk, dunk, clink, 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 clink. And I was like, I thought about going to the room. I was like, well, if I go to the room, I'm still going to hear it, you know. So I was like, I'll just stay out here, whatever. So anyway, I finish, I get to 0. So when I get to 0, I ask the question, how do I hear from spirit again? All of a sudden, the birds outside just started tweeting like really loud. It's like, and I was like, oh, they're singing. And I thought to myself, like, have they been singing this whole time? But all I've been hearing is the dryer, clunk, 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 clunk. And then I hear in my spirit that says, okay, we're going to practice right now how to hear from spirit. Listen to the birds. Just tune your ears to hear the birds. And I thought, wow, this is so profound. And meanwhile, the dryer's going off the whole time too. Clink, 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 clink. But I'm listening to the birds. I'm like, this is such a great practice. And then I thought, you know, have the birds been singing this whole time and I didn't hear them at all until I stopped? And then I thought about like, well, what happens at work? Like there's no, birds at work. I don't have any nature at work. And what I heard was, just this is the practice, is listening to the birds that are singing in your spirit constantly. And the reason you don't hear it is because you're so distracted with the noise of the world, the dryer. And I was like, this is such wisdom, but it didn't come like the way that I've heard spirit before. In some cases wasn't like my own voice, but this one sounded like my own voice. So in a sense, I was like, wow, like I'm so smart, but it could be like my higher self. But I just like, that was such a powerful meditation. And it reminded me too, like, even though I think that I'm not doing it right, like our body has so much wisdom that even through the noise of the world and my thoughts that get in the way, like we can still find healing. And so I hope that maybe this inspires you to switch up your journaling game, or even try journaling if you haven't done it before. Let us know in the comments if you journal and what your tips are. Like all these tips that we share with you guys, like I want to hear too. Like if you're coming to this channel, look for tips and you have something else to share with us. Like we love to try it. We love breath work. Like we love all types of things, and we're trying new things. We've done like eye gazing and meditating and
tapping.
Yeah.
We haven't done like sound bowl stuff. I think that would be cool to do next.
Sound bowl. Yeah, we do cold plunges, massages.
We did like float tanks.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Float tanks.
So we've done a lot of healing modalities.
Qigong, that's really good to help you to be present. I was just listening to something today that was talking about how you slow down, and how Qigong helps you is that it's slow movements. And so like yesterday, a thought that I heard was, when you go to the beach, like you're present, and you turn around and leave the beach, and now you're heading back into your chaotic life, and so you don't have that presence with you anymore. Another thing that this journaling kind of helped, I'm trying to do it twice a day, which isn't really working. It's really hard, like when you try to incorporate like a new routine into your life, like making space for it and all the other routines, like some things need to be kicked out, but at least once a day I'm trying to do it. But I've noticed like when I do it right before bed, it helps to slow my mind down. And like I'll be so tired from the day, like I wake up really early, like sometimes I don't get a lot of sleep, go all day long, and so I'm really tired at night. But the second I lay down and I slow my body down, now my mind's like, oh yeah, you're supposed to do this, oh you forgot to do this today or whatever. And a lot of times too, like I'll turn to Vanessa and I'll start talking, and all of a sudden I get a second wind, and I'm just like throwing up on her all of the drama of my mind that's going on throughout the day. So
I think it helps when I do it at night too, because sometimes we feel so exhausted, but our minds are just twitching out. So when we put it to paper or laptop, then it kind of helps to kind of just leave everything on the table, on the piece of paper, and then you can finally relax, truly relax. So that's my intake on it.
Yeah. But I think that the body just has so much wisdom. And one thing that I heard yesterday was that spirit is always speaking to us, but we're just not paying attention. We don't ever slow down. Like, when was the last time you enjoyed a sunset? And when I lived in California during my spiritual awakening, like that was like a daily occurrence. Like that was my Super Bowl. Like I would get a chair and I would make it a whole thing, and I was just not to like ritualize it, but like I was genuinely super excited to see what color the sky was going to be today, like what kind of sunset was he going to paint just for us. And so I would even gather friends, and they would come over and go in the backyard. Sometimes I would go to Starbucks and just get my tea and my cigarette, and I just enjoyed, like I loved it, like every single day. Like, and that's something that you can kind of put your hope and faith in. Like a lot of times we rely on other people to make us happy, and other people just don't have the capacity to love us the way that we need to be loved. And I always tell people, like, find love within yourself, and one thing that you can depend on for now is that the sun will set every day. And even like living in Portland, like there's a lot of cloudy days, but it brings peace to me to know that just beyond the clouds the sun is still there, the sun is still shining. And so now you know, sometimes I might not get to see a sunset, but I'll find beauty in the trees in ways that I've never seen before when we lived in the desert, you know, in the rivers or the birds. The hummingbirds have been really big lately. And I think, you know, connecting back to nature is another one of those healing things. But, you know, journaling, like, that's what we're talking about, is journaling. Getting off track here.
Yeah, we are.
But, you know, if you guys have any tips or anything, like what kind of journaling you do, what helps you, let us know. And we really love to read in the comments, you know, what helps you to kind of clear your mind, bring peace to your mind, slowness. And, yeah.
So I got the vegan Thai iced tea, and I have only had Thai iced tea once in my life, and that was when I was, you know, not a vegan. So it already looks delicious. What do they do? Zella wants some too. Okay. Ooh, I wonder what they're using. I do taste a little bit of, yeah, I do taste the coconut in it.
Sweetened condensed milk.
That's, you know, I feel like the vegan version is way less sweeter than what I remember. Because I remember drinking it and it was overpoweringly so sweet. This is sweet, but not too bad. I don't know if I could finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it is good.
We don't drink caffeine, so
No.
we're going to be up all night.
Yeah.
This is very good. It's very mild.
Yeah, see? It's not, I feel like regular Thai iced tea is a little too sweet. So this is good.
Okay.
Recommend. All right, so we're back from Kati, and I just want to show you how beautiful the food looks. So if you do go, this is the street fried rice. Gina gets the garlic pepper tofu. I get the drunken noodles. And then today we got something different. We got the chive cakes. And then it comes with white rice as well. And then the best part is that they make their own chili garlic, like their chili sauce. Sorry, Zella's crying because she wants some. So yeah, if you guys go, this is my order.
Thanks for joining us, guys, on our blurry, rocky road trip to date night. But we hope that you enjoyed this type of video. If you do enjoy these type of videos, maybe we will go out and explore. We do have the privilege of living in one of the United States' top vegan cities.
Yeah.
So I think we do need to go out and try more food. But
I agree.
There's a lot of reviews online of all these places, but we can certainly add our 2 cents. But this place is delicious. It's always delicious. They're so fast too.
Yes.
So we usually wait to do our order until like we pull up because they have it ready in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
and it's cool because you can have the option of getting soft tofu or crispy tofu or making it spicy or not spicy. Or if you like to have egg in your fried rice, I have that option of adding egg as well. So it's delicious.
Yeah, so we also hope that you enjoyed the little journal chit chat or whatever.
Yeah.
I like to talk about it just because it's, you know, something that we're doing. So if you do have any suggestions for us, we would love to hear about it. Like, what do you do to like help slow down the thoughts in your mind? Like, how do you incorporate presence into your life?
Yeah. So we hope that you enjoyed our video. We love you guys and enjoy your day. Bye.
Bye.